Welcome to the Hotness Unleasher Show Season 2 epic premiere where we have
Yes.
Engbohu, Crystel Ortega, Samantha Sierra, Brian Poindexter, and Lisa Edmondson with us in the house right now. And I am so excited. I'm like totally nervous. I'm just like, right?
Oh.
Don't be. We got you.
And
Yeah.
so things are a little different this year, right? This season, year 2023, but it's we got more guests, right? More unleashers, and things are gonna happen. This is real life, people. I mean, it's one of my guests, Alex Ivanov, the sweetest dude. I'm so thrilled that he is, part of our community, and he gives so much, and he has been so excited to be on the show for
Months.
like since October. Yeah. And unfortunately, this morning, as of like an hour ago, he had a family emergency, and so he can't be here. So we're going to do our best to try to cover for him because he has some people who are really important, really key to his experience here with LinkedIn that we're gonna bring him out. So and then Andrew Azizi is here as well. He is trying to get this thing going, but he is currently lost, and he's having something go wrong.
It's happening.
At the
we're
moment,
gonna have to, we're gonna have to.
So we're gonna have to help that guy get in. But he's got a lot going on, and I'm trying to text him as I talk at this moment. So, brother. So we got Okoye Chinelo. So she's in Nigeria, and we had a little bit of confusion with regard to time zones, and so she's not able to come this morning. But guess what? We are gonna roll this show out. Okay. Okay, I just have calming breath. All right, you guys.
Okay.
We got it.
We can do it. We can do it. All right. So all right. Now we're down. We're down a couple. So you're still on mute, but so we're down a couple. So we have a little more time than usual, right? And we can just kind of calm down into it. There we go. All right. So I want to kick this thing off with Hotness Unleashing. So now, if you guys don't remember, this show is all about paying attention to other people and their work in an intentional way. And when we do that, it's called Unleashing Hotness. Okay. It makes us feel good. It's just a funny way to say that it's awesome when we get called out and people recognize the work that we're all trying to do. And that's sort of the mission that I have here on this platform. And yeah, so it's all about everybody in this community and how much this whole thing is driven by gratitude and by appreciation and by contributing to each other. So with that, I am just going to let this thing rip. Now so Andrew's not here, and so we're going to have to collectively talk about not only Alex's, but then Andrew's Hotness Unleashers until Andrew is able to figure out how to get in here. So with that, we are going to kick this off with Alex Ivanov. Now, I mentioned Alex, right? So Alex is, okay, he's got a story to tell, all right? And if you don't know Alex Ivanov, go out and get to know this guy, right? Because he's got something up his sleeve where he's been talking about this, like this summer of craziness, right? And it's intriguing, and he's so kind and so sweet. But like I said, he had a family emergency, wasn't able to come. And so Adrian Lee is his first Hotness Unleasher. So Adrian, I've connected to him with via Adam Menderovich, believe it or not. So Adam Menderovich, who has been also an amazing, just like supporter and awesome dude, and introduced me to Adrian. And I hadn't really gotten to know Adrian, but guess what? He is a LinkedIn growth master. And I'm curious if anybody, and if any of my guests here, do you guys know Adrian? Have you run across him yet?
I haven't. No.
All right. So he's new, right? So he's new to this community, and he's got a lot to say. He's really making some interesting stuff. Now he's based in Australia. Right. And I think that this speaks to how LinkedIn can create echo chambers. Right. And that as much as we're overlapped, like a lot of us will have 4, 5, 6, maybe even 100, maybe even 1,000 people in common. That still means that if I've got, 7,000 or, somebody else got 25,000, that's like 30,000 people that we don't. How do we break this open? How do we get to know more people? So with that, Alex Ivanov has named Adrian Lee as his first Hotness Unleasher. And with that, we are going to go on to Anders, right? We're going to talk about Mando. Now, I don't know Mando. I'm connected to him yet, but I know somebody in this room does know Mando.
Yeah, Mando.
Crystal.
I actually know Mando too. Oh, look, Andrew.
And look at Andrew. Andrew has gotten in the room just in time. We have Azizi. Thank you, sir. You are here. And guess what, man? You are up. You get to announce Mando right now. So I'm putting you on the spot, buddy.
Throw you right in the fire.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, this is Mondo. He's a great guy. He's on all over the place on LinkedIn. He's a great community member. He helps people, and he's also my financial advisor. And I met him on LinkedIn, and he's somebody that works for you, and he doesn't have his own agenda, and that's all I got to say.
Okay, so I'm all down with like Mando because I'm thinking like I'm a Star Wars guy, right? So I've got this Mandalorian thing going, but it's Mondo, right?
Mondo, yeah.
Mondo, got it. All right, I like that. So when did you get to know him? How long have you known him, Andrew?
Just over the last 4 months being on LinkedIn.
Okay, nice. How did he even come into your world? Was it a classic pitch slap, or did he like roll in and do it the right way?
No, I didn't even know he was a financial advisor. We just engaged on LinkedIn. You know, he was on my feed. I don't know who connected with who, but yeah, he didn't pitch slap me.
Nice. See, and that's the trick, right? It's like that's really hard to do, to get your message across, I think sometimes. Now, Sam, you had something to say about Mondo as well. What's been your experience with him?
You know, he's just this really great guy. Like every time that I've come across him, he's just so incredibly positive and supportive. And it really doesn't matter what you're talking about. Like, I know that he's a financial advisor. I know that he's going through school right now to be able to get his certificate or something. I don't want to mess up, but a certified financial analyst, I think it is. And really, he's just a good guy. Like, he's just supportive. He's definitely Hotness.
Well, then he belongs in the Hotness Unleasher crew, right? Thanks, Andrew. I appreciate that you have brought him to the table, and congratulations on making it through. I know it was frustrating. Restream. It blew up Brian Segre the other day when we were trying to do one of our test episodes for the 344. Boy, he was not a happy camper, but persistence pays off. You are here. You're welcome. I'm thrilled you made it. We are covering for Alex Ivanov and Okoye Chinelo. I was maybe she'll show up, I hope, but we've got she's in Nigeria, and that's a real thing. So sometimes that Atlantic spread, well, plus the continental U.S. Can cause problems. All right, so we're going to go on to our next Hotness Unleasher, and this is going to be one of Aya's. All right, Aya, you are on.
What's up, everybody? It's so good to see you. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, Trevor, for having me. What a blessing to be here. Listen, my first Hotness Unleasher is Jupiter F. Stone. She goes by they and them. I love everything about Jupiter. Her posts are so deep and so loving. Her whole thing, I met her through, how like LinkedIn does, so-and-so liked this post or your friend liked this post. So I met her that way. She came up into my feed, and the post that came up was her amplifying other people's voices. So, and then I asked her to connect, and my life has been so enriched since I've connected with Jupiter. She's very big on amplifying muted voices. She is very big on community. And on top of that, she has such creative skills. She's been in the creative field for, 17 years. She's been doing videos. She's a dancer. She's a performance artist. She is brilliant. And right now, as a business, she helps people with their social media marketing, with telling their story via video, written, whatever medium that you want to use. And she is just really a gem. Like seriously, I think I had a one-on-one with her and I cried. I literally cried, like 'cause she. And so
Awesome.
if you're not following Jupiter, please follow her now. Thank you.
It's going to happen. All right, Jupiter, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher crew. All right, we're going to go into our next one because time is of the essence. All right, so let's see here. We've got Brian Poindexter. You are up, sir.
Oh yeah, this one I'm excited about. So Miss Atara Styles. So I got a chance to meet her last year. For those of you that do know me, I was pretty busy on the social Saturday squad and on Hive that people used to come and visit and meet each other. And I met this young lady, and what she has built as far as her style agency is amazing. So she is a stylist. She's an award-winning stylist, but not only that, she really focuses on plus-sized women. And for anybody that knows, that is one of the most marginalized groups when it comes to fashion. And for her to really focus on that and to really not only give them a style that leads them to feel more comfortable and confident in themselves, but she does the work behind that. She works with the people and not just the clothing. And that's what I love about her. So, you know, when you watch her feed and you see the things that she pops up with, oh my, she's always encouraging. She's always there for those. And for people that may not even fit in the group that she's working with individually, you still get so much from her. So she's an amazing person, so talented. She's a writer. She's dipping in TV now. She's doing amazing things. So I definitely wanted people to know who she is. She is
Man,
amazing.
I'm gonna jump in here too because I met Atara very early on in the Social Saturday experience, and her energy is just awesome. Right? I mean, she is on it, like just on fire. And as soon as I saw her come through, I was like, Atara, you got it going, and I was thrilled, and I love that you brought her back into my immediate world here. So Atara, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher crew. Welcome on aboard. All right, we're gonna roll from here. All right, so next, I think Crystal, you are up. Who do you have?
Yes, I am. So Stephen Arthur George is originally from the States. Actually, I'm in the state of Michigan. I'm on the east side of the state. He was on the west side of the state. It's about a decade or so ago. He was in the financial service industry and decided, nope, I don't want to live the big old-fashioned American dream. So if you're in the States, you kind of know what I mean by that. Moved to Portugal, which is where he is now. A lot of things about him are centered around committing to yourself and personal development, personal branding, that type of thing. But one of the things he does on LinkedIn a lot is sharing who are you? And what does that mean? What does that look like? And really the answer to solving all of your problems is it starts from within yourself. And he does a lot of sharing about himself, and he does ask a lot of things about having healthy relationships. And then how does that contribute to the community and the world around you? So that's kind of how him and I got connected, was kind of just having a little bit of conversation about, it's not really about what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside, and then what you do with that. Granted, he's probably asleep right now, and that's fine.
Well, no, it's actually it's like 6 o'clock his time or 5:15 his time.
He's out probably on a hike, really, actually, because he's really into fitness, because that's how he starts his day, so that he doesn't allow external factors to contribute to that. So again, find more joy in today is kind of his motto in life. And really kind of getting those things started. So again, connect with him.
Okay.
Take a look at it.
Sorry to cut you off, Crystal. We're on a tight timeline here. We got a lot of people to hit. All right. I do want to say one thing. I love that he's got this like Mr. Serious Business thing, and then Mr. Laughing Dude up here in the in the I love that contrast. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next person. Okay, I think it's Lisa. Lisa, you are up.
Yeah, okay, so this is Shawnee, y'all. She is someone I met through Social Saturday, and one of those people that just randomly DM'd me, and I was like my usual, I'm happy to connect with anyone who's not trying to sell me anything. That's my response. But then she and I just got to chatting, and she has become a very dear friend of mine, y'all. And she's a local. She's Atlanta as well as me, so we kind of bonded over that as well. But we literally like text each other and on the phone and everything. She's just kind of part of my support system. She's part of my squad, and I just wanted to recognize her for that, because there's a lot of people on here who they're not in your face 24/7, you know, like you probably won't see her on a podcast like this, but she's like the meat and potatoes behind those of us that are in your face. So, and I genuinely adore her. So y'all connect with Shani. She's amazing. She's looking to be a forensic accountant, basically. So you see all those letters after her name.
Oh, wow.
That's her.
Gotcha.
She's smart.
Awesome. Okay, forensic accountant. If you need that, call Shani.
Right,
We're in business.
yes.
Okay. Thank you, Lisa. All right. Welcome to the Hotness Unleasher squad, Shani. All right. Next is going to be Okoye. So now Okoye's not here, unfortunately. Now I have to say a couple things about Okoye. So she's in Nigeria, and if you don't know her, Okoye Chinelo, and I don't have her pronunciation quite right. I sort of Americanize it, and you need to listen to it. It's like when she says her own name, to me it sounds like tinkles, like it's just
music.
It's really I don't know. It's like music. Yeah, it's like a little. It's like, yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't have a better word for it. It is just so she's so charming, and she's massive. Like, she's got this gigantic following in Nigeria. And when she posts, people like just flood her posts with engagement. So I inspired by that and the kinds of things she's putting out there. She's very much like, hey, I gotta talk about this. So now she brought Jürgen Bubak to
She's
us.
in the comments. Aww.
Oh, there she is. Okay, come on, get in here. Hey, you here. All right, I'm gonna take care of that. We're gonna move on. So I'm gonna come back to this. All right, so let's go on to Sam. You talk about Logan, and I'm gonna see if I can get Okoye in here.
Oh, where's Sam? Oh, there's Sam. Oh, you're on mute.
Sam, you are muted.
Oh, there. Sorry. Logan and I connected pretty early on in my journey, but I didn't really connect with him until after I saw him as a guest on another live show. He just seemed really super laid back. And hey, if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out. Just jump in the DMs and we'll chat. And I did, and I'm so glad that I did, because he's quickly become a genuinely good friend of mine. He is actually the target of what made me the Hotness Unleasher last season. Do you even carousel, bro? So I just want to kind of pay that forward and let him, revel in the hotness that is this show. Also, he has an insane amount of free resources that he has developed for project managers and for people who are trying to get into the project management field. He's written a few ebooks, and he's just really, really trying to help the project management community become, strong, solid, and yeah, really just an amazing guy. And like I said, he's just a genuinely good guy, like really down to earth and
just like Mondo. Okay, so Sam, you are having some audio clipping issues. Just as an FYI. Yep. So we're gonna have to work on that, and I'm gonna come back to you in the next round. All right. So we're moving on back to Alex Ivanov. All right. So we've got Edward Zia, and we're gonna just go really short on him because we're gonna really run out of time. So Edward is also based in Australia, and he is a LinkedIn and Microsoft enthusiast. He's very much on point for business related topics, and that's kind of his main focus, but just a gigantic following of over 100,000 people. And so, I don't know this fella, but he sounds awesome. And look at that picture. He just like all those people. I love that, just totally bringing in the folks. So we're now going to, Alex, next time I'm going to get you on this show, buddy. And you can talk your heart out about Edward, but we're going to move on from him now and go to Andrew. Buddy, you're up.
Yeah, so this is my buddy Jim. He's a great guy. He does business leadership, and he also is kind of like just a big brother to me. He he's also, I don't know if he's like a therapist by profession. I think he is, but anyways, he's kind of like my therapist. So but he also writes poems. He's the man. He literally will be inspired to write a poem based on, I think that's how I connected with him, because he wrote a poem based on, he said a post I made inspired him to write a poem. Because if you don't know me, I write a lot of stuff from my heart. And anyways, I don't know. He's just like a great friend of mine, and I just texted him this morning. And if you're looking for somebody who can provide leadership, and he's a very funny guy. So if you're looking for somebody that has a great personality, he's the man.
Awesome. Thanks for bringing Jim. You know, when you brought him to my attention last week, or maybe it was the week before, I reached out to him and he was like, yeah, man, I'm right there. Right. It just bam. Now he and I haven't had much of a conversation since then, but hey, I like it when folks are just on it and they respond and they're cool and everything. And the poetry thing is a real deal. Poetry is, I would argue, I argue that every post we write is a poem.
He's an amazing poet.
I agree.
Yeah. So thank you for bringing Jim to us, Andrew. Okay, we are moving on to Aya. You are up.
Awesome. So this is Erin Corin Johnson. I love her. I love her for many reasons. She's a mama. She lives in, she's from my home place, Los Angeles, but she lives in Barcelona and she's been living there for a while. She is an identity and belonging coach. So she does so much work around your identity, your belonging, and talking about things. She's also a singer, a performance artist. She's an incredible writer. I just love reading her stuff. She's a new mama, and I love seeing pictures when I'm scrolling pictures of her, just delicious baby. I love her baby. And so I just do. I love babies. So I love Erin so much. I actually know her well. I would say that we're friends. We are in the DMs. We video chat late in the night as new mothers, late in the night when we all should be, y'all are sleeping and we're holding our babies. So Erin is just amazing. She does a lot of anti-racism work. She's for my people. And I can't say enough good things about her. I think you should follow her if you want to learn about identity and belonging, and you want to learn about being, powerful in your creativeness. And if you want to learn about things like neurodivergency, and she's just funny. She's real funny.
I'm always so jealous of people who have little kids because you can put pictures of them up. Right? When you have teenagers and adult children, you don't get to do that anymore because it's their lives and it's their stories and they're very private. And we have Okoye Chinelo in the house. Look at this.
Oh, yay.
Hey, look at this.
Coming together, Trevor. It's coming together.
Okay, the show is on. All right, we're almost here. Oh, I'm so happy now.
It's coming together.
I love it. Welcome.
Let's go. Let's go.
So good. All right, so moving on to our next person. All right, we've got Brian. You're up, buddy.
Oh, yeah, this is Keenan Hart. So everybody needs to get to know this young man. He is an amazing young man. And truth be told, I met him through his sister first. So I met his sister through Social Saturday. And she has some questions about HR for me, which is my field. And then a little bit after that, I got a message from Keenan. And so when I got the message, I was like, oh, my goodness, I hope you didn't think I was hitting on his sister or something. What's going on?
That's a little too social, Brian.
But I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? But no, when he reached out, he was like, hey, I spoke with this young man. This person is a person of positivity through and through. He believes in the power of mental health. He's an advocate for it. That's one of the things that we connected on immediately because we believe in the power of people and community. So we talked about that very strongly and very well. And one of the things that really stands out to me is also his company called Francis. So this is a way for him to be able to have people to get a text message every day with just a positive message, one text. And I'm a member of Francis, and I love it. It's something that helps me every day. It's such a passion project for him, and he and his sister actually started that company. So it's just great to know him. I've had a chance to podcast with him and to talk with him individually. So a wonderful person to know, a powerful person of passion, powerful person of positivity. So get to know him, to definitely connect with him, love him to death. That's one of my best.
Okay, that's a great story, Brian. I love it. Thank you for sharing Keenan with me. Now, he and I already are connected. So just haven't, this is how this thing goes. Like, get thousands of people and you don't know, kind of sort of blend into each other. And we're still echoed out, right? Like, these chambers form. And all right, I'm in. I'm all in. All right, let's go to the next. Let's see. We're going to go to Crystel. I finally got you guys in order now. Finally. Jeez. All right. Crystel, you are up.
All right, I'll follow you with that, Brian, with Ian Hill here. And when we talk about mental health, I will tell you, this man is a difference maker and with a season to save a life. So you know what? Ian Hill, his goal right now is to be the oldest man to play D1 college football. And this comes stems from, teaching men and really anybody to, you can overcome anything. And the Season to Save a Life campaign has to do with the fact of suicide and mental health. And for him right now, Ian, you are going to get your yes. I promise you that. And this guy is a difference maker. He is a mover and a shaker. And really, his sole purpose is to show everyone that let's just make our community, our corner of this world, just a little bit better than it was yesterday. And there's so much more to him, and so much more to this man than I have time to say, other than get to know him, listen to him on podcasts, whatever. Go take a look at his posts, because in all honesty, I got to give him more props than I have time to do. Sorry, Trevor. And, really our thoughts and our actions do matter, and take some time to get to know this guy, because I got to tell you, he really does inspire to be inspired, and anything that anyone feels is impossible, change that to I'm possible. So
Awesome.
Ian, I know you're out there. Let's roll.
All right, Ian. Welcome to
that's good.
the Hotness Unleasher team, and I love the minimalist profile here right now. Right, like it's just like I'm just a dude out here doing my thing, and I love it. All right, so now we're gonna move on to Lisa. You're up.
Oh, this is John. Okay, so John Linhart, y'all. I met him last year. I think you guys know that I went on a journey last year to kind of talk about anti-bullying and find solutions for anti-bullying. And when I met this guy, he had the solution for addressing bullies directly. He's got a methodology and a program that works. And he teaches it in schools throughout the nation, and is kind of building an audience there. But so his dedication to anti-bullying is what makes him a Hotness Unleasher in my mind. And his, like I said, he's got a methodology that actually works. So if we could all just be a little bit more nicer, then I think we'd be better off. But yeah, that's John Linhart, y'all.
I've gotten to know John just a smidge through you, Lisa, and I want to say so. Thank you for introducing him to me. And we're not hanging out too much, but guess what? Welcome, John, to the Hotness Unleasher team, and I'm going to use team, squad, crew, whatever. I'm just going to use those interchangeably because I don't have a name for all of this community, right? And speaking of community, that's what this has become, right? It was a kick in the butt by Sam to get going again, right? Continue to do this, build this community out. Okay, here we are. We're making it happen. And without you guys bringing your people, there's nothing, right? Just nothing. So you're making it happen. All right, Okoye, you are up. Let's go. Chinelo, you're up. You're live with us.
I think she's frozen.
She might be frozen. Oh, well, okay. So we're gonna take care of her right now. So we've got your picture here, right here on the bottom. But if you're frozen, you're frozen, right? So Annabelle Jerome, now an SEO content writer. So I'm thinking, all right. So now she's open to work, right? She's based in Nigeria, and if Okoye is recommending or says that she's a Hotness Unleasher, then she's got to be some seriously legitimate action going on right here, right now. Okay, so if Okoye comes back to us and resolves her network issues, then we're going to talk about Annabelle. All right, so we're going to move on from here. This is where Sam, you're up.
Yeah, is my mic better now? I unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Not yet, but we're gonna roll anyway. So you can fix it in the next round. So keep going, keep going. Okay, so Sam, you have just put a sock in your mouth. All right, so I'm gonna cover for you. This is how it goes. All right, Sam, I got you. So Jeremiah,
I reconnected. Are we good?
All right, you're good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Go.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. Jeremiah Hammond. Guys, I wasn't gonna let you steal this one, Trev. Sorry. Another early connection for me. I met him through a Social Saturday thing that a mutual friend of ours hosts, and we absolutely hit it off. I regularly stop and reflect because of his posts. Like, they genuinely make me think about myself as a person, as a leader, as a human. And we recently collaborated on Crank Up the Leadership. and being able to work with him and his wonderfully gifted wife, Brooke Braga, has been nothing short of inspiring. Jay really embodies what it means to be a leader, how to use it as a project manager, as a regular manager, and just like overall in your life. Like, he lives and breathes leadership, and I am absolutely honored to be a part of anything that he does.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to get to know Jeremiah, because anybody who's in this room with us right now, and I didn't know that he and Brooke were an item, so that's awesome. You know, all right, Okoye, you're back, and we're going to put you back. We're going to put you in the hot seat right now because we skipped over Annabelle. All right, so you're up. What do you have to tell us about her?
Okay, thank you for having me here, and actually issues over here. Well, Annabelle is my student. I met him at LinkedIn. She's not always really active on LinkedIn, but here on LinkedIn, it's like I don't know how to. It's someone who's got so much potential, even outside of LinkedIn. She's a great job for herself, and I'm really attracted to people like that. So I'm on LinkedIn because she came to me and she needed a mentor, and she's like one of more, and I really love what she's doing for herself. So even though she's not really on LinkedIn, I am still really proud of her because I know it's just cool that we're doing what she want to do here on LinkedIn. But that aside, she's really a great.
Awesome. Okay, so thank you for persisting and working through our network issues. I know that those are a challenge for you today and consistently, but guess what? Annabelle is on the map with us right now. Okay, so we're going to come back to you in the next round here. So thank you so much for bringing her to us. All right, so we got Jeremiah, and the next person is going to be Alex. All right, so I'm going to cover here. So Geraldine, literally, she's never come across my radar ever until this morning. And she's one of us. I'm telling you right now. All right. Anybody here who doesn't know Geraldine already, you can just roll through her whole action, the kinds of content that she's putting out there, the sort of vulnerability and the transparency. Just go track her down, follow her. She's in that sweet spot where you're starting to get that, like, find your voice, right? She's out there. Go and do that. I'm going to make that a mission of mine as we move through this next week and onward. All right. So, Geraldine, you are part of the Hotness Unleasher community. Thanks to Alex Ivanov. Okay. Take a deep breath. All right.
You got this.
Andrew, buddy, you're up.
Yeah. So this is Dan Rosenblatt. He is he's a church elder. I'm not religious, for the record, but I am spiritual, and I do make a lot of content accordingly. And that's how I believe I connected with Dan. But he's also just became, a close close friend of mine. And all the people that I featured, really, I just featured based on their integrity and their character. Nothing other than that. So the reason I'm featuring Dan is because of his integrity and his character. And he's an amazing person. He's there for you if you ever need anything, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay. I can't wait to get to know Dan. Thanks for bringing him into our community. I mean, it's just, it's perfect. I don't know Dan, but going to get to know him now that he's part of the Hotness Unleasher squad. All right. We're ready to go. Thank you, Andrew. All right. Next up is going to be Aya. Aya, who do you have for us?
All right. So I love mental health, and I think it's so important that more spotlight is put on mental health globally. And what I love about Ramita Glitter Explorer is that she's a global citizen. So that's number one. She is living her dream all over the world. You don't know where she could be at. So that's really interesting. And I just randomly met her through the feed, to be honest. But now I know her because I follow her. But what's so interesting is that her posts, they make me think. Her posts make me want to take action, to take responsibility, to take accountability for my mental health. Her posts inspire me. They encourage me. I just love her posts, and I just love the way she talks about mental health. If you haven't noticed already, I'm a big DEI person. So everyone that I featured, is a big DI person. And so I love that she wants to diversify mental health. You know, we want to just center the narrative on everyone and inclusion. And I just find her to be, I mean, literally, I would hire her to be my coach if I wanted to do that. I just love her. I love her energy. I love what she talks about. And I'm so appreciative every time I see one of her posts in my feed. So Ramita, I love you.
And this is what the Hotness Unleasher show is all about. I didn't know Ramita, but now I do. Thank you. Right. Thank you for bringing her in. And Ramita, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Now we are going to move on to Brian. And look at this. I just got a DM from this guy, from Dr. J. I love it. Like literally, like right now. Bam. You're up, buddy.
Oh, I
You're
love that.
up.
I love that. Dr. J, oh, what can I say? But the first thing that comes to mind is a beautiful soul when I think about this man. And what he is about, he's about connectivity, especially in the workplace. And so he's passionate about how can we find ways to make sure that everyone feels significant, feels like they're a part of something when they're working together. So he's a trainer, he's a consultant, you know, he's a coach. He can do everything that you need. He's even done TED Talks to make sure that people know and understand how to create a workplace that works. And that's one of my passions is culture in the workplace. So that's the one thing that connected us. And two, the thing that I love about this young man is that he is a great communicator, right? So we have a lot of people that just post and do content on LinkedIn. He is a writer that just happens to have content because he is just going to bring you in. He's going to enthrall you, and his cadence is different from anything you've ever heard or seen, and it will definitely keep you riveted. So connect with him. He's amazing.
I am connected with this guy, and Doc, I mean, he's like literally, like as you're talking, I'm trying to focus on what you're saying, but he's also DMing me, and I'm telling him, dude, you're being announced right now, right now, at this very moment in real life. And he's not even here. Oh, Dr. J, buddy, you gotta get in here. We're on the same time zone, man. You gotta get in this room with us. You gotta get in there. So throwing down some comments. Yeah, buddy. All right. He's like literally, he doesn't know yet. He doesn't know yet.
Somebody, please.
It's gonna be great. Yeah, somebody call him. All right, I'm gonna DM him. All right, but we're gonna move on to the next thing. All right. Here we go. All right. So, Crystal, you're up.
All right, Cindy Smith probably does not need a whole lot of introduction other than to say she is like the master connector. Everybody in the world needs to know everybody all the time, everything, everywhere. And if you have not seen her all over social media or LinkedIn, so to speak, then you need to. She is phenomenal at bringing people together. She is probably one of my closest friends on LinkedIn ever. But besides that, when Andrew started doing the open to work post, she wrote this amazing post from the bottom of her heart. She lost her mom in 2011, and about a month ago decided that based on these posts, it was time to donate all of her mother's clothing, business suits and whatnot. And one of the things she said was, you know, thank you for teaching her not to judge people, and to always treat people with respect, and to give whatever and however I can. And she said, you know, anyone looking for jobs right now, we're going to look really well dressed in her mother's clothing. And for some reason at that point, for a little bit of closure. But again, besides that, Cindy, you're a rock star. I know you're out here in the comments somewhere. I think you got the invitation. I love the girl, and everyone, you need to just get to know her because she's just that person, you know, the heart of gold.
I mean, and yeah, if anybody hasn't run across Cindy, I don't know where you've been, because she is the anti-echo chamber. I mean, she's everywhere, literally all the time. I love Cindy. She's great. And yeah, absolutely. All right. So we are going to, and thank you, Crystal. And Cindy is in here, and she did get the message, although I'm not 100% sure that Dr. J has gotten the message yet, but I'm sure he will. He will. He's going to get it. He's going to get it. All right. Here we go. We're going to move on to the next one. All right, Lisa, you're up. You are up.
Okay. Yeah. So this is Terry McDougall. So in my quest last year to, you know, bring anti-bullying to the forefront, she was brave enough to take on me and my squad and do and host basically a series of anti-bullying podcasts. She's got a show out there already that's kind of based on her book. And so I just kind of reached out to her blindly. I pitch slapped her, and she agreed to talk to me. And then once we got to talking, we realized, okay, we're kind of on the same page. She's had experience with bullying herself as well, and so she was the brave soul who hosted our podcast series. And there was about 6 or 7 of us that we did a whole series on. So that's Terry McDougal, y'all.
Nice. Thank you for bringing her in as well. Like, there's just so much awesome work going on out here.
I
And
know. Mm-hmm.
it takes stuff like this, right? Intentionality to come in and say, we're going to pay attention to this. We're going to call you out. So thank you, Lisa. This is what it's all about. All right. So now moving on, we are back to Okoye. You are up.
Okay. Michael is actually like an accountability manager, accountability partner to me.
Oh, we froze up. Now, one of the things that I'm learning here a little bit is that I might be doing the names backwards. Right? You guys picking that up here? So
LinkedIn has me on
oh wait,
exactly
no, you're back.
to be in this.
Okay. So we might be running into like some cultural awareness issues for me personally, and what can I do, right? That's how we learn. So now, because Chinelo just referred to her Hotness Unleasher as Michael, and so now I'm thinking maybe I've got it backwards. Anyway, are you back with us, Chinelo? Looks like you're back. All right, you're back on.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So I'm trying to say that LinkedIn has taught me that basically anyone, even if they're not in your niche, because of the kind of value that this person.
Okay, we lost her again. All right, so make a note, Michael Chinemerum. Right, we're gonna hit that. We're gonna keep track of this guy. Now, one of the things I want to say about Chinelo is that very, very early on, like months and months and months ago, she's got a podcast, and she reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to be on hers. Right, and at that point, that would have been, I don't know, June-ish. I was way too shy. I didn't know why. I didn't know. Right. It's not like,
now look at you.
Now look at me, right?
Exactly.
doing crazy stuff like this. All right. Okay, so we're gonna come. Chanelo, you're the best. I appreciate your persistence and hanging in there with us. All right, so we're gonna move on. And I think Sam, you're up.
Yeah, Kristen Adenizio. So a funny story. When I first joined this platform, she had like just transitioned from education into the project management world, and she had collaborated with my other Hotness Unleasher, Logan, and created this whole teachers translated series thing to try to help educators transition out of education and into project management. And when I first met her, I was like, whoa, she is like on another level. Like, there's no way that I can reach out to her. We'll be able to connect with her. She's just amazing. And I did. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And I'm so unbelievably glad that I did, because she has literally become like my best friend. We text, we call each other. She's constantly checking up on me to ask how I am. We talk about our children, just everything. And she's probably going to hate this just a tiny bit because she's introverted. But she is not afraid to speak her mind. Not in the least. She is super funny, kind, super smart, sarcastic, and so very supportive. Yeah, I absolutely love Kristen.
And you know what? Kristen knows what it means when you crack the joke, be there or be square, right? Because she educated me on all that. So yeah, and Kristen is totally on my map because of you, Sam, because of you, right? And that's how I gotten to know her, through you. So I just want to say thank you for bringing her to this team, this show, and highlighting her. And I hope everybody in the comments is follows her and makes it happen. All right, so we are going to go back to Alex Ivanov. All right, so Alex, I'm going to cover here. So Unato Hill. All right, so she's all into like music and doing these videos. Does anybody here, Aya, Brian, any of you guys know her?
I do know Una. I love Una so
I do
much.
not.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
She's such a sweetheart. She's just such a sweetheart. I have a personal story about Una. She
Let's
wrote
hear it.
she wrote a really open post about like losing having a miscarriage, and it was such a beautiful post, and it just touched my heart so much. And then I wrote her, and I was like, I'm so glad you're speaking up because I've had this experience, and the one thing I could not do was speak about it. And this was years ago, but I am still so touched that you could articulate my feelings. And she wrote me right back, and it was just, it was like right here, it was right here, it was right here. And she's like that with so many people. And so I just love her. I just thank you for being you, Una.
I thank you for covering for Alex. Obviously Una and I are connected, and now that she's sort of has been folded in and called out, that's how we do it. God, just appreciate it so much. It's just fantastic. All right, now we are going to roll over to Andrew, buddy. You're up.
Yeah, so this is Damian Bankhead. He's my homie. He's a great dude. We connected because we're all about physical fitness and positive attitudes, as well as, taking accountability and creating better habits in your life. And that's really how we connected. But yeah, he's a great guy. You guys should definitely all go follow him or connect with him.
I think that, Damian has reached out to me a couple times, and it's hard to know because there's a lot of, fitness coaches out here. Right. And
yeah, he's the real deal. He also has a podcast. You guys should check it out. It's really brief, but it's so uplifting and motivational. One of the things he says is, we've survived everything in your life up until this point, and it's just really motivational stuff. So if you're ever needing to get into shape or just to be more mentally focused and strong, then he's the dude to follow.
Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, we've got social proof right here. All right, Damian, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher squad and the team and this show and this community. And let's make something happen. All right. So we're going to move on to Aya. I think, Aya, you are up. Okay, you're on mute.
All right, so this is my crown to piece, like my crown jewel of my experience.
I love that.
Ashani Mfuko, she does. Yes, 1 second, baby. She does anti-racism work, anti-Black racism work, and just meeting Ashani on LinkedIn has changed my life. And I have recently committed to an anti-injustice lifestyle, and because we have to be intentional about changing these things, right? They're not going to change on their own. Those are my babies. And they're actually the reason why I need to change. But one of the things is you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional to dismantle injustice in this world. It's not just going to happen. And if anyone is looking away, you're a part of the problem. And she talks about that. And it's just so amazing. She has this program, 5-day anti-racism. And honestly, it's really important. We need Black people need white allies to actually help us dismantle anti-racism, anti-Black racism. It's not a little thing. It's not a joke. And it's costing people their lives. So I have to shout her out. If you're not following her, I think you need to. If you're actually committed to intentional change in this country, in this universe, in this world, she's one of the people that I would highly recommend that you follow.
Okay. Love it. Thank you for bringing her in. Thank you for keeping her till the end, keeping us on the edge of our seat. And yes, we do have a responsibility. 100% with you, Aya. Thank you for that. I can't say enough. All right, moving on. We are up with Brian. Brian, who are you bringing?
I have Miss Lindsay Dowd. This one is very close and dear to me. I love Miss Lindsay. She's another one of my warriors for workplace culture. She is a powerful young lady. She is a coach. She is a trainer. She is someone that can come in and transform your business, transform your organization to help you to understand how to make people feel like that they are a part of something that is greater than just themselves. And what I love about her, and one of the things that we truly connected on personally, was that we need to support each other as coaches and leaders. And as many times we see so many people on LinkedIn that are doing the same thing, so many people are actually pulling their own little corner and trying to protect themselves instead of working together. And we both believe that there's enough room for all of us to be able to do this together. So really support her, really definitely connect with her, because she can give you some things that can really help you personally and professionally. So I am a big proponent of her. Definitely connect with her. She's amazing.
Okay. And if you're already connected, go and make something of it. Right. I think that's a second calling here, Lindsay, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. Can't wait to see you hanging out even more and opening up this echo chamber that LinkedIn loves to create for us. All right, we're fighting that, fighting. All right, next we are moving on to Crystel. Crystel, who do you have for us?
Robert Johnson, who I did meet through Stephen Arthur George, but back to somebody who is another change maker. 40 years in the construction business, that kind of thing. But more importantly, a lot of the things he does post on LinkedIn have to do with making change and being a change maker. Shifting your mindset one day at a time is kind of his thing. Get up, go after it, and not letting anything stand in your way of whatever that may mean to you. And again, that kind of goes along the lines of, the mental aspects of things, physical aspects of things, and not allowing things to be barriers. And that is different for all of us. But it doesn't have to be, because we're all in this life together. And again, he is just one of those people that are so motivating and so just kind of on the ball with that. And yeah, some of the posts are long, some are short and sweet, but he is very engaging in his comments and very engaging with people. And you'll find him in different aspects of that nature. So again, I kind of tried to connect with him in the beginning, and it wasn't all that great at first, and then now he's one of my best friends too, and we do talk back and forth. In fact, I think he even wrote a book kind of about some of that stuff, but I couldn't tell you the title off the top of my head right now. So
Awesome.
Yes, Robert Johnson for you.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Crystel. I really appreciate that. We're always just full of surprises, right? And I mean, I have no idea what his profile picture is about, and guess what? I can go dig in and find out and put that story together. So, Robert, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community, sir. All right, next we have Lisa. You're up.
Okay, so this is Kalyani Pardeshi. She was my very first connection in my anti-bullying campaign. She and I connected last March, and she was like #1 on my squad, and she and I are basically soul sisters in this fight against anti-bullying. So she is a hard worker fighting against bullying in schools, and has also become a disciple of John Lenhart's methodology, and she has taken it and run with it. And they speak a language that's kind of above my head, but she is a fighter, y'all, and I adore her. She's got an award-winning book out there, and she's going to do great things. So that's Kalyani.
I love that yellow banner too. It's so good. You don't see it very often, and it does. I think it does stand out and has an impact. I just for the first time I watched one of my kids was decided to turn on the show Lucifer, right? And I don't know what episode it was, but so Lucifer, he goes up to this little girl who's a bully, and he says, "There's a special place in hell for bullies," and he flashes his devil eyes at her, and the kid just freaks out. So
right.
I love that this anti-bully theme, Lisa, that you have brought to this community and are emphasizing is huge, right? It's just huge, and I love that you're putting it out there. So thank you, and Kalani, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. Can't wait to have you. All right, so we're moving on. We're almost there. All right, so I'm going to cover for Chinelo, and I'm going to talk about David Ketchen for a minute, because if you're part of the Hotness Unleasher community, you know David, right? And as all of you know, I dissuaded you from bringing in people that were already here. All right. And if you tried to bring in somebody who we already know and have been on the show, but then Chinelo brought David to me this morning, and I thought, I'm going to let this one go because this is her experience, right? And David has a heart for Nigeria, and he speaks to that, and he speaks to how LinkedIn is doing its best to thwart our exposure to other cultures and to integrate those voices into and helping us shape our worldview and helping us expand what we no one learn about it. And so I see David as actively fighting that. And so to have tried to dissuade Chinelo from bringing him in would have been to like do a dishonor to that work that he's done for her. And so this is her Hotness Unleasher. And I want to say, David, you mean the world to me and our engagement. And frankly, back in December, I think, or maybe, yeah, it was early December, he said, dude, you got to lean into the Hotness Unleasher show. Because I was a little bit kind of on the edge. I thought, well, I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of on, I didn't know. And he said, no, it's bigger than you. Just do it and make it happen. So, David, there you go, buddy. You are in this community and you are having a global impact, sir.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so Sam, you are up. Your last. Bring us home.
I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Miss Elizabeth Grace. Funny story, when we run in the same circle. And for weeks we were chit-chatting back and forth in the comments, and we realized we actually weren't even connected. And we had to fix that really fast. And I'm so glad that we did. She's had a tough life. I've had a tough life. And we really bonded over our past and really getting over, everything that's happened. And really turned our lives around and saw the positivity in life and how much having a positive mindset and attitude can really change your life and for the better. She is this super bright ball of contagious positive energy. Like, I can't even, y'all. Another transition teacher. She recently earned her CAPM. Good job, Beth. And she's breaking into tech, which I am so unbelievably proud of her for that. And her unwavering willingness to help others transition and just support them has been absolutely incredible. Yeah, she's absolutely just amazing. This quirky, fun ball of energy that is guaranteed to make you smile. I mean, she's the Duchess of Positivity.
Awesome. Sam, thank you for bringing her in. Thank you for closing us down for our 32 Hotness Unleashers today. I want to say thank you to everybody who showed up and commented. We've got Carla and Dee and Gretchen and Jamie and Susanna and Stephen Ng and Jeremiah was here and Adam and Kristen showed up and Abimbola showed up, and man, it just keeps going and going. And Nora, I see Nora in there. I mean, John Lenarch came in. Cindy Smith was there after being announced, and man, I mean, just like, this is what it's about, people. And I want to say best wishes for a great weekend. This show is only 2 minutes over time. I'm going to own it. I'm going to take it. We will be back in about a month. Looking at the third Saturday of March at this point, and it'd be the similar format. So I did have to change the date, but in any case, we're going to get that sorted out. So you're going to get plenty of notice, and anybody who's been announced today as part of this community, anybody who's been a guest before, today, after, finale, whatever, I invite you in and to be thinking about, how do we grow, right? How do we expand? How do we be more inclusive and just better people overall, get the most out of this platform, the most out of digitally originated relationships, which is my new favorite thing. So with that, people, have a great Saturday. I am going to put on the count up timer in 1, 2, 3. Here we go.